Sir John Golf is back at TPC Boston at the Korn Ferry Tour Q School, attempting for the second time to qualify for the Korn Ferry Tour. Last year he failed, he didn't make the cut. Let's see what he can do this year. So this is round one at TPC Boston. He needs to be in the top 50 by the end of the day.
The golf is just as glorious as the weather conditions.
Teeing off on the first hole, par 4. 350 yards to the flag. He's got the big stick out. Let's see how he's swinging today. 0 mile-an-hour winds. Conditions are perfect for golf.
Let's see what kind of
it's the perfect swing, slightly up the right-hand side of the fairway. Is it going to go in the bunker? Just misses the bunker. Bounces to the right.
That's not the shot he's hoping for.
Misses the bunker, but it's still in the rough. Not the ideal landing point for the first drive, but it's a 68-yard chip onto the green. First green in regulation. He's got the lob wedge out. Little pitch. It's a bit fast. It's a bit short out of the rough. He needed more club. He needed more club out of the rough.
This would be a great
He's still got 14 yards to go, and it would be a great up and down. Let's see what a short game is like today. Lob wedge chip. It looks good. Ooh.
Yeah, that's a top little chip shot, that one.
Nice little chip. Safe putt for birdie. A nice up and down for par even.
He's currently tied for 5th.
Tied for 5th after the first hole.
Let's see what happens here on the second hole.
Players looking
504 yards, par 5. It's another driver. 1 mile-an-hour wind helping us out slightly to the right. He swung it too fast. He's hooked it slightly. It's gone off to the left a little. But it's bounced safely on the fairway. 294-yard drive.
Oh, well played.
Well played indeed. Surely he's just got to lay up now. 7-iron up the left-hand side of the fairway. Perfect swing. Fairway slopes from left to right, so it should bounce slightly to the right. It did a tiny bit, but it stayed pretty straight. Just having a chat with his caddy.
From about 100 yards.
100-yard chip onto the green. He's got to go over the water. He does not want to leave this short. He's got a pitching wedge, it looks like. Wind slightly right to left, but it's only 1 mile an hour. It won't make much difference at all. 1 yard downhill.
Going with the pitching wedge here. That one should find the surface.
Oh, that almost went in, just past the left-hand side of the hole.
That'll work. Up on the dance floor.
But he's got a great chance for birdie here. What a start to his round.
15 feet to the cup.
This is their look at birdie.
He's got a look at birdie. Not much movement on the green from here. It's fairly straight, a little bit left to right. Perfect power. And he sinks it. Hits the pin and it goes in. Birdie on the scorecard. -1 through 2.
He's currently in a share of top spot.
And he's in the lead. T1 through 2.
Just one bunker surrounds
And it's a par 3. 207 yards. This is a tricky par 3 with that bunker covering most of the green. No winds. And slightly uphill, 2 yards uphill. So he's playing a little soft lemon. Little bit of a fade. He's got the 5 hybrid out.
Going with the hybrid.
Slow swing. It's going to be way short. just makes the rough. Almost in the thick stuff.
And he's not hit the mark on that approach.
He definitely has not hit the mark. He's got to chip it over the bunker.
Second shot
Not
here on the
ideal after that birdie on the second. So he's got a 32-yard chip. He's got a 9-iron. Surely that's not enough, is it? Oh, it's
And
plugged.
here we are with the third shot.
Plugged just above the bunker. And this is for par. He's got to use the gradient of the green here, surely. Just bounces onto the fringe of the green. Rolls out, but not enough.
8 feet to the cup.
8 feet. 8-foot putt for bogey. Right to left. He's got to judge this well. And he has done.
That limits the damage.
Limits the damage indeed. And he's back to even through 3. Wave to the crowd. Not sure why. He just got a bogey.
Level with the card.
Back to level. Back to T5 through 3. But the important thing here is just to make the cut. Top 50. He doesn't need to win this competition. Par 4 fourth. 300 yards. Short par 4, but there's that bunker right in the way of the green. He can't fly it with the driver. He's going up to the right of the bunker with a draw. Surely it's going to hit the trees. He's put a little bit less draw on it, and he's moved it slightly to the left to avoid those trees. But surely that's only going to go one place, straight in the bunker.
Oh, you couldn't paint a better picture. Gorgeous swing.
Gorgeous
Oh,
swing
caught up in
through
some
the
branches.
trees. And it's onto the green. Misses the bunker. Perfectly
I love
played
seeing stuff
through
like
the
that.
trees.
Oh, how about that shot? Taking out the big
He's got a
stick and
putt
going
for
in and
eagle.
knocking her on.
Just
Love
a
it.
54-foot putt for eagle. Massively uphill and massively left to right. This is going to be incredibly difficult to judge. 12-inch elevation gain. Is that enough? Is that enough left to right? Not enough. It turned way more than he thought, but it's great distance control, and he's got a 3-foot putt for birdie,
That's the way to bounce back.
and he just
The way to
makes
make up
it
for the bogey at the
back,
last. And
back
that
to a
will
share
take
of the
him to
lead,
1 under.
back to -1 through 4.
He's currently tied for first.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
It's time to step onto the tee here at the 5th.
Doglegs from right
Onto
to
the
left.
5th,
The big
par
danger
4.
here is the green. 3 different
He's got the big
tiers on
stick
this
out.
green. Find the correct one. You'll have a birdie
He
opportunity.
doesn't want
Miss
to
it,
go
and it's gonna
too
be
far
difficult
because
to
there's a
putt.
massive river
Great
or
rhythm on that
ditch in the
swing.
middle of the fairway there. So he's just laying up. It's beautiful.
And what's in front of them
Position
there?
A, as they say.
Up here from about
2-mile-an-hour
55.
winds, slightly left to right. 156-yard pitch. He's got an 8-iron. Green is 7 foot above his feet at the
Going with the outside
moment.
here.
Looks like it's just going to pitch on front portion, well, mid of the green, bounce on a little bit. That's safe. Although it's rolling back. It's rolling back. Is it going to stay on the green? He didn't check the elevation on the green before playing that shot, that's for sure. And it's rolled back, and he's got a massively long
Trying
putt
to get to 2 under
for
with this
birdie
putt.
now.
Looking for another birdie here.
Looking for a birdie. Uphill putt. 46 feet. Right to left. His putting's been pretty good so far. Let's see what he can do with this one. Can he get to -2 through 5? Perfect power, perfect line. It's looking pretty good, but it doesn't turn quite as much and not quite enough power on it. But he's got a nice 2-foot putt for par. Safe as houses. He stays in the lead through 5.
Here we find ourselves on the tee of a par 4.
Bunkers down the right-hand side are a nuisance. The pond fronting the left part of the green should not come into play.
Long par
if
4,
players find the
463
fairway off their tee
yards.
shot. Second shot to a very
Not a
flat
wide
green.
fairway by any
Can get
stretch.
close,
He's
but
took
it's
the
still
driver out,
difficult on the
slight
small
draw on it, but it's a slow swing, so it's gone off to the right. That looks bunker bound. Right in the first trap, on the right-hand side of the fairway. He's got to produce something special now. He does not look happy at all.
Well, let's see how this shot goes from the fairway bunker.
Yeah, let's see indeed. 184 yards to the pin, out of the bunker. Is he going with a 6-iron? Wind slightly off the right. Shouldn't make too much of a difference. It's a slightly slow swing, but not too bad. It's surely going to reach the green. Just reaches the green right on the front. Is it going to go off? Just stays on the front of the green.
Well, the putter's going to be coming out
He
of the
does have a
bag,
birdie
it's
putt,
still
but
gonna
it's
be a long way
massive.
from the
Another
hole.
massively
This
long
one's a
putt.
birdie.
63-foot putt for birdie. Uphill, difficult to judge the direction. It starts off right to left, then it looks like it goes a little left to right at the end there. Difficult to judge indeed. He's having a look. Let's see what he's got. Just picking his point. It's a little bit more powerful than he wanted. Started off right to left and it's turning left to right now, and it's
Right by the
just
hole.
past the pin. A great effort.
Well, it's a bit disappointing.
Tiny
This
bit
one just
disappointing, but
outside
not really.
7 feet to the
7-foot
hole.
This is what
putt
they
for
have left
par.
for
Can he
here.
read it right?
They've holed it.
Ooh,
That's
just
very
drops.
gutsy.
Just
Yeah,
drops
in the
for
bunker,
par.
Off the tee, great recovery.
Currently 1 under for the round.
1 under through 6. He's looking good to make the cut. He's looking
we
good
have a
even
long par
to
five.
win this
Par
competition.
5, 600 yards straight away.
On to the 7th. It's a
Wanting to make
long
birdies, but par
600 yard par 5. He's got the driver out. Wind left to right. It's a slightly fast swing, so it's going to go a bit left, but
And that's a nice
he's got
strike.
away with it.
This
It's
one should
absolutely
find the fairway.
fine. Just on the left-hand side of the fairway. Is it going to stay? Just stays on the fairway.
Second shot here on the 7th.
Looks like he's got a wood out. It is a long hole. Still 309 yards into the pin. He's got a 3 wood out. 14 feet elevation gain. The lie slightly. It's a great hit. Is it going to make the fairway? Just about. Nice kick left, and he's in the middle of the fairway. Very kind kick. 250 yards
Getting ready to play
with
there
3
for-
woods.
currently
He's got a
tied for the lead.
61 yard chip onto the green. Sometimes his chipping can let him down. Let's see what he does here. He's got to take the elevation gain into account. It's an appalling chip. What did I just say? It's a very
Time now
slow
for the
swing.
fourth
It's
shot.
gone nowhere. It's gone about 15 yards. He still needs to work on that part of his game. Too often his chipping will let him down, but that's much better. That's almost in. It's hit the pin.
That was close.
It's hit the pin. It's hit the flag.
Absolutely flushed.
Lucky it did really, otherwise that would have gone a
Chance he
long
is
way through, probably off the back of the green. But he's got He's got a putt for par to save par after 2, or at least 1, appalling chip. 9 feet to the pin. Left to right. Can he judge it correctly? Slightly downhill.
On a nice line.
Right into the middle of the cup. His putting's been great today. His putting has saved him. And he's still 1 under.
Managing to maintain their position
Tied
on the
for
leaderboard.
first. On to the 8th.
Just a couple to play here on the opening 9. Here's the tee shot at the 8th.
It's another long
Three,
par
bunkers
3.
left and right.
These par
Not
3s
an
have been
easy par
super
three, to say
long.
the least.
214 yards to the pin. Winds left to right and slightly from behind, which is helping out. Elevation is down, so 3 feet. The green is 3 feet below the tee box, which will help the ball go a bit further. He's put a soft lemon on it. With the 5 hybrids, this should bounce towards the front to middle of the green and just bounce on close to the pin. Let's see.
Looks
It's a
to be over
perfect
the hybrid
swing.
here.
It's looking good. It's looking really good. Oh, what a shot. What a shot. Perfect distance control. Didn't quite move
Oh,
as
that's
far
beautifully
right
judged.
on the
Made
green
a
as he
few
thought
birdies
it
today,
would.
and this is another
But
good look.
you can't complain about that. 7-foot putt for birdie. Can he do it? Slightly left to right.
So far, so good.
It's looking good and it drops. It's another birdie on the scorecard and he's at -2 through 8. Does he move into the outright lead of the competition?
And with that, he's now broken the tie. All alone
He
at the
does,
top
you
of the
know.
leaderboard.
He's outright in the lead through 8, -2.
And coming off the birdie, they'll be proud of themselves.
This
A
is
chance to keep it
completely
rolling.
stark contrast
Ninth
to his
hole,
round
bunkers
last
left
year,
will not come
where he
into play.
didn't even make
It
the
is
cut.
green,
He's at
sits below the
-2.
players
He's
on
really
their
turned
second
up this
shot.
year.
We have seen birdies made here in the past, but they
So
are
it's
really
a
difficult to come
425 yard par 4, wind off the left. He's got the driver out. It's a slow swing. It's going to leak to the right. Is it going to
That's a
stay
nice
on the
looking tee shot,
fairway?
that one.
He needs a nice bounce. He sort of did get a nice bounce, and it's on the right hand side of the fairway. 296
Penny,
yards.
What's the player facing here?
He's looking at
He's
perhaps
still got 175 yards
I'd
in.
say.
Wind into wind, but it's only 2 mile an hour. Green is uphill, so he's got to put a little bit more club on than he thinks. He's got the 6 iron at the moment. He seems pretty happy with a 6 iron. He's thinking it should just bounce towards the front of the green and just roll on.
Opting for
It's
the
a
6
slow
iron.
swing. That will take a little bit of
Decided to club up.
distance off and to the right. Bounces right on the apron and rolls onto the green. Pretty nice distance control again,
set
but
up
it's
another
way off to the
chance.
right. But he's got a putt for birdie. Another long putt for birdie.
Now, long range putt coming up here. It'd be good to make a bomb, wouldn't it?
Ooh,
Little
difficult one
birdie
to
look in
judge.
here.
It's a long way downhill. Starts off right to left at the beginning, then it moves left to right most of the way to the hole. This will really test out his putting. Has he turned up? Like I say, his putting's been pretty good so far. Really taking his time over this putt. Is it going to turn enough? It's not going to turn enough, and it's way too long. It's way too powerful. It was a downhill putt. He just put too much on it,
And he's down there.
and
You
it's
got a
rolled
read?
on.
This one will run uphill.
So he's got a uphill putt right to left. Should be a bit easier. It's only 12 foot. Can he judge it correctly?
Surely it's going to.
Just drops.
Solid par putt
Almost didn't get there. Almost went off to the left. But he's at -2 through the front 9.
Leading by a shot after that.
And he
hole.
leads by a shot. Let's see what he can do through the back 9 in the next video.